So you rock up to Glastonbury Festival, and what tasks do the BBC give you?
Oh, they give me everything this year, but mainly BBC Music Introducing. I host that during the day. Me and Tom Robinson get to do that. I think it's the 4th year I've been doing it, which is quite exciting. So I kind of feel like a veteran now. I feel like I'm part of the family. And then I'm on BBC Two in the evenings, just looking around the festival, finding you the alternative side to Glastonbury. So quite a busy one this year.
So the intro stage, we got 3 or 4 days, I think, like jam-packed full of musicians from around the country. Like, what kinds of stuff are going on the stage over the course of the festival?
I think it's quite incredible this year. We've got such an eclectic and diverse lineup. We've got from rappers all the way to guitar-based stuff to EDM producers to even people that are making like their own genre of music, which I think is quite exciting. I think that's the best thing about BBC Music Introducing stage, because it's not just one genre or one sort of sound. It's pretty much anyone that's new. That's the only thing we care about, is you have to be new. You're not allowed to have a record label or any sort of big backing. You have to be under the radar.
Oh, let's get into that. Record label. You're not allowed to have a record label, you reckon?
You're not allowed to be to a major. That wouldn't be fair now. If you're with a major label, we don't want you.
Because one of the things, and we talk about this introducing in the West, it's like, actually, everyone's got a label. You've probably got a label. I've got a label. I've got labels coming out my ears. You know, it's like, it's not a difficult thing to set up a record label, but there are basically only 2 major record labels that really exist anymore, and they're not involved in this.
No, they're not allowed to be involved with this, because we just want the artists to be themselves. I think when you talk about labels and the majors, they kind of, I think a lot of times they like to have a lot of say in what you do and what the artist does, and they like to have a say in the marketing or whatever it is, whereas smaller labels, like my label, I'm sure if you've got one as well.
What's yours called?
Mine's called Bread of Sound.
That's cool. That's good. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's coming to it. But I kind of feel like smaller labels are there to basically help distribute the music, help sort of bring the artist to their final point and help them achieve what they want to achieve. Whereas a lot of the majors is slightly different. I mean, this is a long discussion to do majors versus indies, but we don't really support the artists that have a major backing, because that's not fair, because they'll be on the other stages already. This is all about the guys that are basically under the radar, unsigned.
And those guys, right, that are unsigned, that are under the radar, they're coming onto this introducing stage. What's working for bands? Like, you've seen a few bands already, we've got a load more to come. Like, what kinds of stuff are bands doing where, like, audiences and the cameras and yourself and Tom and the other guys at the BBC are getting really excited about?
I think that's a pretty tricky question, because doing this for the past 4 years, there's not been a certain sound that I would say that a lot of people gravitate towards. I mean, music's changing all the time. Lots of genres are coming in and out. So, for example, I remember 4 years ago we had a few grime artists on, and it went as busy. But this year, the grime artists were picking up a bit more. However, what I think really, really works is when the artists themselves. So, for example, we just had Otis Mensah, who's a rapper. He's talking about some real conscious stuff. He's even talking about a girl he met in one of his tracks, and you can see right in his eyes that that's exactly what happened. That's what he exactly means. I think that's important for an artist. If you're trying to fake it, probably not going to work. People at Glastonbury can see through that.
So you're working at Radio 1, you're at 1 Extra, you're doing stuff at the Asian Network. What artists have you been supporting that are coming to Glastonbury over the next few days?
I've pretty much supported quite a few of the artists that are over here at the moment.
You got your dirty little hand over all of them?
A little, yeah, because I feel like, because we're on the national station, I feel like I want to support everyone. Whereas guys like yourselves, you can support your local ones and you can pick and choose, whereas me, I kind of like to support everyone. But there's a girl called Sodi, who you want to look out for. She's incredible. I remember listening to her, I was like, yeah, this girl has to be at Glastonbury. She really has to. So she's one person I'd look out for.
Because, and that's interesting, you sit in that panel, right? You sit in that panel where, like, you decide which acts get to play on this stage. So I get to suggest bands,
yeah,
and then you sit there with your piece of paper with other people. You're not the only one.
Yeah, I'm not the only one.
And you choose the bands that get to play on this stage. What kinds of conversations do you have?
Actually, it's not a conversation with people. The judging process is actually quite rigorous. I just put my input in, and I don't know what's going to happen after that. And the same with other people. So it's such a fair judging process. It's probably the most fairest judging process I've ever been part of, because you can't take sides, because you don't know what the other judges are putting forward or anyone else is putting forward. It's all very, very fair. Very
You don't
serious.
talk to anyone about it?
No, I don't think it's right to. I think I should give my input on what I think, because obviously I religiously listen to new music all day, and the other DJs do that as well. I feel like we all know our specialities, so we're putting that forward to the table. It's just easy, and it's fair. I don't think it's right to discuss artists. I think it's right to make your mind up and then put it forward, and if other people agree, then fine.
In that sense, I guess, like, introducing is kind of different to the rest of the music industry, right? It is fair, it is transparent, it is democratic, as you say. When like people come up to you and they say like, Yasser, tell me about introducing. How is it working at introducing? Like, what's your response? How do you feel to be part of this family?
I think it's incredible. I literally pinch myself every time I come to work, because being able to give new artists an opportunity and fall in love with artists before anyone else is going to hear them, I mean, that's the best part of my job.